there has to be certain elements involved when you're looking at someone like George St-Pierre. First off, George St-Pierre does not like fighting. He's kind of like Frank Shamrock. Frank Shamrock did not like to fight, but he was good at it. He was good at it, and George St-Pierre was good at it, no doubt about it, but he doesn't really like it. So that's one element when you look at it. So he's not coming back because he misses it. He doesn't miss it. I don't think he really cares about the fame part that much. That's really not, George has never been that interested in, how famous he's got enough fame where he's going to be fine for the rest of his life with whatever he gets. So then it comes down to one thing, and that's money. And now anybody can look and say, in the end, yeah, for that amount of money, I'll do it. And that's really what I think it's going to come down to. Right now, George is not in any type of financial problems. He's got a lot of money. He can live the rest of his life very comfortably and not have to work another day or train another day or fight another day in his life. But if they offer him enough money, I think there's always the possibility. But as time goes by, that possibility and that window gets smaller and smaller.
I saw a video of him today because I follow him on Instagram. That fool is out there doing hurdlers out there warming up.
He's crazy, dude.
Overcast and looks freezing out there. I'm like, what is this guy doing right now? You are got to be out of your damn mind. And that's why I fucking follow him, because I love him to death. I love watching that guy, man. Like, I see all of his videos he does. I see what he's doing. Like, he's taking care of his body. Like you said, financially, he's okay.
Yep.
He doesn't have to do anything. He gets to enjoy doing what he wants to do. That means waking up, doing his, he does his cold plunges in the morning. He uses this like little horseshoe looking thing for his different types of pull-ups and like dips and different types of gymnastic type movements that he does on those things. He's a fun follow, man. He's a really fun follow. And he's very respectful to everyone. Anytime I've ever met him and been around him, every time I've been around him, he's such a classy guy. Yeah. He's absolutely just a really, really nice guy. He's fun to be around. Do I think he'll fight? I don't want to say too much because I'm not media and I don't like to try to break stories. So I want to make sure there is talk. There is talk that he is talking about doing something. That it's a real talk, but like you said, just like he talked about when he was during the Jake Paul fight. How come you and Anderson never fought in the UFC? Well, there was, what did he say? The equations just weren't, the things didn't align. Well, we all know what that was.
Yeah, it was called money.
The money. The money didn't. Yeah, the money didn't align. I wanted this, Anderson wanted this, and we both wanted this, and the UFC said nope, and they didn't want to pay that.
That's right.
Okay. Now, if you can get GSP versus Jake Paul for a lot of money, is it possible? It's going to have to be a lot of money if it is. If you get Jake Paul, or if you get GSP versus Nate Diaz, there's a potential for a lot of money. What's the money draw? What's the money grab? That's where you're at right now. He's not in a contract. I could see him doing boxing. He was training boxing a lot a couple months back, and he was posting a lot of videos about it.
Even before that, he was training with Freddie Roach when he was fighting MMA.
I know, even before that. Exactly. I understand that, but I saw like a stint where he was actually posting a lot more of them. So it looked like he was going to do something in the boxing realm. Whatever. When the potato chip thing was around, remember I saw him do a lot more of the boxing stuff when the Dorito chip thing was around.
Dorito chip.
No, I agree, though. He doesn't like to box. I would love to see him fight one more time. I just don't know if I want to see him fight. If it's going to be against like a Nate, I would love it.
That'd be okay.
A Nate or a Nick, I'd do it. I'd love to see it. I don't want to see him. What about him and Anderson?
Again, I don't have a problem with that. They're close to the same age. What's that? Boxing?
In boxing. Yeah, in boxing.
I don't have a problem.
You wouldn't mind seeing that fight? I wouldn't mind
Anderson's,
seeing that fight.
obviously, when I say same age, obviously, if it's Nate Diaz, GSP's a little bit older. Same with Nick, just a little bit. If it's Anderson, he's younger. But they're all older. It's okay.
So would you veto the Jake Paul? Would you feel like, nah?
Yeah, it's too old. It's too small. Let's just be honest. When George St-Pierre went to fight Michael Bisping, I can tell you, I watched him weigh in, just in the, before the actual weigh-ins, a couple days before. He's wearing jeans, okay? Wearing jeans with a belt, takes his shirt off, takes his shoes off, has socks, jeans, belt, everything on, and he steps on the scale at 187. And he had eaten just that, because he was trying to eat. He couldn't even hold on to weight. I think he weighed 181 as nerves started to go. I mean, he's just not that big of a guy. And so how big could he be against Jake Paul? How much could he weigh in at? 185 maybe? 182?
No, he won't.
That's the whole
I say
point.
77.
So, yeah. It's
I
like
think he weighs in at 77 to 80, somewhere in there.
And
he's
Jake Paul
shrunk.
can't.
He's shrunk quite a bit because he's gotten older.
Yeah, and Jake Paul can't weigh in at that. Jake Paul's going to weigh in at the least 185.
I would love to see Nate Diaz and George St-Pierre in
That'd
a boxing
be good.
match.
That'd be good.
I'd love to see
I have no problem with it.
They're both older. What's Nate? Nate's not. He's not
37?
He's not a big 70 pounder.
I think he's
37 years old.
Yeah, no, they match up as far as size.
I'd love to see that fight. Yeah, I'd like to see that fight. And there's a little history there too. Fought my brother. I got to get it back. I'd like to see that. Go to mybookie.ag. Use that promo code Weighing In, and they'll give you additional spending cash with your first initial deposit.
100% agree.